Hello and welcome to another episode of the Easy Relaxation Podcast. In today's episode we're going to be practicing with a visualization. And the idea for the visualization came about earlier today when I was out doing my usual morning walk around the neighbourhood and down one of the trails close to us. And as is often the case, if I don't have a particular practice for the episode that I'm planning to record later in the day, I often think about what I might do. And so this is what came up on this morning's walk. I hope you like it. And no doubt it's probably been inspired by something else I've either read or listened to at some point, as a lot of things are. So there's a couple of things you'll need to do before we start the meditation. But before we go through those two things, the first thing is just find somewhere comfortable. Again, it's up to you what posture you choose to adopt for this, as long as it's a comfortable posture. Also, you need to be somewhere where you're not going to be disturbed. So, no driving vehicles or doing anything that requires your full attention. Just somewhere where you can devote your full attention to this particular exercise. So just get comfortable, and if you feel the need to adjust your posture or just move around a little bit until you find a comfortable posture, then let's just do that. So you might want to start by just letting go of any overspill of stuff you might have had on your mind before you started the session. So just let go of those intrusive thoughts and bring your attention to the moment. If it helps you to get grounded, just notice the way you feel on whatever it is you're sitting or lying on at this point in time, just to ground you a little bit. So before we start the actual visualization, there's two things I just need to get you to practice in your mind, and this will help when we get to the visualization, and you won't be hesitating while you try and think of something. So the first thing is, I need you to imagine a space. The space needs to be reasonably large enough that we can do a treasure hunt. Now, it could be indoors if you like, but equally it can be outdoors. So I'll leave the decision as to where and the nature of this space is. But you need a large enough space that you can move around in your mind. So just let's take a moment to visualize that space now. So just let that space form in your head. You can go into as much detail as you think, but the detail needs to be enough so that you can visualize moving around in this safe space. Now the second thing is I need you to imagine some sort of treasure. It really needs to be no bigger than your hand, because you're going to be picking these up. And again, it's up to you what form these treasures take, but there are two things you do need to bear in mind. One is you need to imagine that the treasure is imbibed or contains in some way a particular aspect, trait, character, or feeling that you find flourishing. So this treasure may have something about it that imparts relaxation or some other positive characteristic or trait that you would find conducive to your flourishing. So that's the first thing. Second thing is, what you need to imagine is that when you hold one of these treasures in your hand, the point at which you gently grip it, the treasure will gently melt away. And whatever quality, whatever trait that is in that treasure gets absorbed into you. And the more of those treasures you pick up and magically dissolve as you hold them in your hand, the more you become imbued, the more you take on the particular trait of that treasure that you had decided upon. So again, I just need you to visualize the treasure and that action when you start to gently cup it in your hand as it dissolves away and then absorbs into your body. So now we're going to bring our attention to our chosen area. So just let that chosen area form again in your head if it's faded away. Now I'd like you to look around that area. And here's the thing that's up to you. If you want to do a treasure hunt, then you can imagine that at the moment you can't see those treasures and you have to hunt them down in the area. And you can decide how many treasures you would like to find in this session. Or another possibility is maybe you've decided on how many that you want to find roughly, and you can see them. It's just a question of going and collecting them. Or maybe the area is just full of treasures and you're just going to go around and knock yourself out with the amount of treasures that you have available and the amount of special quality, special traits, special characters that you can absorb. So again, up to you. A little or a lot, easy to find or not so easy to find. So what I'd like you to do now, and I'm going to give you about, say, 5 minutes to do this. I want you to move around your area, picking up those treasures and letting their qualities, their traits, absorb into you. And that's all you have to do for the next 5 minutes. So starting now, let's just visualize our area if it's gone and start moving around, finding those treasures, holding them, and as they dissolve in your hand, imagining the special qualities that they contain, absorbing into your body and transferring those qualities. So just move around, finding those treasures. Moving around your area on your special treasure hunt. Enjoying the feeling as those qualities from the treasures absorb into you as you collect them in your visualized area of safety. Just moving around your area, picking up those treasures and letting them dissolve and absorb their quality. And as you move around collecting, you're finding more and more of their particular quality absorbing into you. And those qualities absorbing into you throughout your body until they completely fill you to overflowing. Maybe you would like to save some of those treasures for later. It's entirely up to you. Because you know when you come back again to maybe repeat this, that space is going to be magically restocked with treasures. So you don't have to worry either way whether you find them all or just some at this point in this session. So we are going to now start to collect up our final treasures. And just as we do that, we just let those final treasures absorb into us. And now, I want you to bring back your attention onto how you feel where you are, sitting or lying, whatever posture you're in, how your body feels against whatever surface it is. Just bring your awareness back to where you are. Back to the present moment. If you'd like to carry on beyond this session, please feel free. But if you are done, then you can start to gently get up and go about the rest of your day. Or if you're using this to fall asleep, you can gently fall asleep. Thanks for listening, and bye for now.